I will now introduce our very, very special guest tonight. What can I say about Jonathan Watson? He is what you would call a method performer. For example, when he's doing Martin O'Neill, and I kid you not, he reads loads of books in Irish dialect, and he listens to Irish music just to get into the part. Similarly, when he's doing old Aussie Ardelas, he listens to Argentinian music and pours out Argentinian dialect books. And when he's doing Dick Advocate, Rangers give him 20 grand to do fuck all. Ladies and gentlemen, please would you welcome on stage Mr. Jonathan Watson.
Thank you, thanks Tam. Whew. Football. The beautiful game. Scottish football. The Hackett game. A compulsive combination of anachronistic alliterations and pithy puns. A plethora of pole-faced pundits going on and on and on and on about miners' raws and tanner boys, big men and wee men, numpties and nostalgia, and who'd all have you believe that black is white and white is Jim. Hi, Jim White here, with all the latest football stories from all over the world and other places as well. First up, Scotland, and great news. This is a proddy country. So congratulations to Her Majesty the Queen and her Jubilee. To be honest, I didn't even know she liked frozen drinks. Right, Charlie, mate? Yes, James. Consequentially speaking, this says volumes for itself in spades, and rightly so. But looking broadly at the wider issues, international-wise, the World Cup has came and it has went, and we were not part of that. And that, sadly, is a sneering indictment of our game. Cheers, Charlie. What a load of pish. Well, you know, as I say, much as I love Scotland, I feel we're always putting ourselves down, and we never seem to talk up great Scottish achievements. Like, for example, last year, when Miss Scotland came third in the Miss World competition. I mean, to mark such an occasion, should we not have given her some sort of an award? I know I'd like to have given her one. Getting back to the football, I'm sure my very good friend Bertie Votes will eventually do a job for us. I'm sure he will have ways of making us play. We have in Scotland many top quality Scottish player, like well, as I say, many top quality Scottish player, plus new generation of young player who will also be top quality player in about 20 years. But this is good because for to make good team takes all sorts. But please to remember, I'm just Bertie Votes, not Bertie Bassett. It will be difficult, but if I do need advice, I can always ask my expert friend, Alan McAnally.
Yep, see, okay, put it this way, bud. We Berto, the Bertster, der Votsmeister, jawohl, mein General. I remember him well. He's a good, great personal friend of myself from my time at Bayern in Munich, with Bayern in Germany, when he was with Borussia in München in Gladbach, also in der Germany. So, haven't played in the Bundesliga. And having known what it takes to win a Liga of the Bundes, I reckon we Berto could be the man. Could be the man. Could be the man to take Scotland all the way to the very top of the bottom half of the FIFA rankings. Yep, I'm telling you, bud, he's that good.
Yes, this is me, totally sensational Chick Young, standing where I am, which is here. Well, the bad news is, Bonnie Scotland, my beloved Caledonia, has now got a German as its national coach. A German, a Kraut, a Jerry, a Squarehead, a Schnitzel Muncher, a towel terrorist, an obstinate wee Obersturmbannführer. And the good news, well, at least he's no a Tim. For my money, only one man should be made the new Scotland boss. He should have been given the job for all the great work he did for Rangers when he was at Celtic. And that man is the totally sensational Kenny Dalglish.
Sweet. Kenny Dalglish been interested in the Scotland job. Maybe he's aye. Maybe he's no. Maybe it's me myself, aye. That is personally. Has become a wee bit disillusioned with football. Following my stint at Celtic as director of golf. Has this been an end to Ken Dalglish's involvement with football? Who we? Who know we? My decision is final. What I might do though is go into public relations, where I could use the undoubted skills I have in communication. But the answer remains, what is the question? Very proud and flattered too to have been linked with the Scotland job. Unfortunately, the chance to manage Scotland came at a time when I was more interested in racehorses rather than donkeys. I was also heavily involved with the players' strike, which I was pleased and proud to support. Telling you, a lot of people like yourself, thought the strike was all about greed, and it's not true. I mean, it's just not true. It was about respect for the profession and helping all those no-hope diddies that play for the wee pishy teams. But I'm perplexed, very perplexed, because the real problem for Scotland is lack of players. I mean, what they need is a Ronaldo, or a Ronaldinho, or a Roy Keane. Isn't it amazing how so many of the world's great players' names begin with a wobbloo? Well, with the possible exception of Dennis Law. Well, as you say, that's so true, it really is, it's so true. Wait a minute, there's a wobbloo in my name, I think. Anyway, getting back to less serious issues, like Scotland, What they have to do, man, what they have to do is look to the future. Yeah, as I used to do when I was in Torino, in Italy, with Joe Baker and Joe Baker's suits, and the way I see it, as far as the manager of the national team goes,
they should have given the job to a young Scottish manager. They really should have, to Jim Duffy or Jim Jeffries or Jimi Hendrix, eh? What a player he was, eh? Old voodoo child, eh? Or Jimmy Shand, well, he was a good player. He played for many seasons with the White Heather Club. Good club, yes. And Jimmy Cagney, hey you, you dirty rat, or Jimmy Craigcorn, but I don't care. And what do they have to do, right? What do they have to do? They've got to bring through the youngsters. They're the ones that have got to bring through the youngsters because, financially speaking, just now, I mean, so many young players, you know, well, they're in the soup. But then again, that's what happens when a club brings in a liquidizer, you know? Cheers, Dennis. What a character. Don't worry, I didn't understand a word of that either. Well, that's just about it. But before we go, some news just in. As a tribute to their manager, Craig Brown, his new club are changing their name to Preston North Endaway. Thanks, mates.